Hi there, and welcome to this introductory lecture on FAQs. So here is the list of FAQs. First one is, do I have to buy Litchi on Android and on iOS? 2, how come my missions don't sync? That's very popular. 3, how long do I have access to these lectures? 4, where do I go for more support? 5, why don't my actions work? 6, is there good free video editing software? 7, is Litchi safe to use? And 8, does obstacle avoidance work on Litchi? So let's jump in and have a look at these. Firstly, do I have to buy Litchi on Android and on iOS? The answer is yes. Litchi is a pay-to-download model, meaning you pay and then you get the download. Once you've bought it, you can download it again for free on that operating system. So each app store implements the purchase, and there's no purchase synchronization between app stores. So if you buy it for iOS, you will still have to buy it for Android and vice versa. How come my missions don't sync? This is quite a popular question. A lot of people go onto the Mission Hub, create a mission, save it, and then they can't find it on their mobile device. Simple answer to this is they are signed in with 2 separate accounts without realizing it. The solution, go to the Hub, log out, and then log back in. And just make sure you log back in either with Facebook or a specific account. And then do the same on the mobile app. Log out and log back in with the same account. So once you've logged in on both the Hub and the app with the same account, everything will sync perfectly. How long do I have access to these lectures? The answer is lifetime access. All of my courses are on 2 platforms. So in the very unlikely event that a platform provider goes out of business, for example, I'll be able to offer you access on the other platform. But both are leading platform providers, and as far as I can see, you'll be able to enjoy lifetime access, including updates. Where do I go for more support? Well, the Phantom Film School Facebook group, there's the address, but just go to Facebook and search for the group. Has over 4,000 members, and a lot of the members have got tons of information and can help you solve the problem very quickly. You can email me on lawrence@phantomfilmschool.com, or you can Skype me on LA Seberini. Why don't my actions work? Some people set up missions, they put a whole bunch of actions together, they run the mission and the actions don't work. Simple answer, you need to set your path mode to straight lines. Actions will not work on curved turns. And this is a simple on and off for the entire mission. You can't have curves on some waypoints and straight lines on other. It's one or the other at this stage. So if you want actions, make sure you set under mission settings to straight lines. And if you're not sure what this is, you'll find out a bit later in the course. Is there good free video editing software? So I choose to edit in Adobe Premiere Pro. I love Adobe products. But for those of you that are looking for a great free alternative, check out DaVinci Resolve. And as you can see on the bottom left on the image, there's a free option. And it really is powerful. And this is also covered in Phantom Editing School, where Albert teaches an entire project on editing in DaVinci Resolve. So if you want to get your video editing to the next level and you want to use free software, then check out Phantom Editing School. Is Litchi safe to use? A lot of people write to me saying they're nervous to go up in the air with a third-party app. Firstly, DJI have firmware and a SDK, and no third-party provider can override what's in the firmware or the SDK. Secondly, Litchi are very good. Their support is excellent, and I'm in touch with the developers, and as soon as they become aware of an issue, and it's very rare that you see the kind of issue that you see on the screen in front of you. For example, recently in March 2017, on the latest firmware for the Mavic Pro, the Inspire, and the Phantom 4 Pro, it resulted in erratic flying behavior in certain flight modes. Litchi published this on their website, and they sent out an email warning people that this had become a problem, and the issue would be fixed with a DJI firmware update. So on a very rare occasion like this, the firmware can be creating the problem. In general, Litchi is safe to use. Of course, there's pilot error and not knowing how to use Litchi properly, and setting a mission where you fly backwards into a tree, and that can happen. But in my own experience, and I've been using Litchi for over 2 years, at the most I've had the app crash, and if that happens and I restart the app during flight, I still have full control with my remote controller, And in the event of an app crash, your drone will just sit still in the air waiting for you to resume control. You can still fly it on the sticks. You can still use return to home. And that applies to the Go app or any other app. So in my view, Litchi is safe to use. There are known issues with connecting to Litchi. For example, if you look at the second bit of information on the slide, especially with specific devices and also where you only have Wi-Fi connection like the Phantom 3 standard, there are known issues to connecting to Litchi, but that doesn't make it unsafe to use. It just makes it harder to connect. Does obstacle avoidance work on Litchi? Yes. If you go into aircraft settings, you'll see a whole bunch of options. But just remember, Litchi, for example, doesn't offer tripod mode. Tripod mode is the only mode, together with beginner's mode, where sideways obstacle avoidance works on the Phantom 4 Professional. Therefore, Litchi doesn't offer sideways obstacle avoidance. But if you have a Phantom 4 Professional and you have rear obstacle avoidance, then Litchi will support that, provided it's enabled. Well, that brings us to the end of these FAQs. I will update this from time to time, but those are the most commonly asked questions. Thank you for watching, and I hope that clarifies some of the information.